as I'm doing these things, these vlogs or whatever, like, I generally just try to be as real and authentic as possible in all of my videos, because I really, really value authenticity. That's one of my favorite qualities in people in general, someone who's just really authentic. So I try to be extremely authentic with you. That's why I don't use scripts. Not saying you can't be authentic with scripts, it's just that that's just something that I feel like I can be even more authentic with you without a script. So I was thinking that, you know, for all of my videos, but definitely these ones in particular, that I want to make this really, really transparent. Like what's really going on in this situation, because there can be this kind of veil. A lot of people don't see the inner workings of, you know, what happens when you're trying to do this for real. A lot of people just see the end product. So I guess maybe that'll lead me into the main topic, or at least one of the topics of this video, is the idea that just came to my mind, the idea of being transparent with your audience, especially in this day and age. So I had someone recently, he commented on one of my videos that I did in the past, and it was an interesting kind of thing because we were actually having like a good conversation, but he commented in a way about something that I said in one of my videos that was very transparent and honest, and he said something to the effect of, maybe you shouldn't be that transparent, because you still, in his opinion, you still should want or he was suggesting that maybe I should also want to keep up on, like, in a way, like a layer of like mystique or like romanticism, because as soon as you start getting real, people know the truth. But his thing, he was saying, like, maybe if, you know, your audience knows the truth, then maybe it'll be, in a way, I guess, like, less fun is a really simple way of saying it. You know, people just want to see like this great, amazing show, and like, what if they know what goes into it? Like, what if they know the inner workings? Maybe it won't be as fun for them, or something like that, or the romanticism won't be there as much, because, you know, maybe we're supposed to be seen as like these big stars or something like that, or big rock stars. And like, in a way, it's like I can kind of see his point in a way, but at the same time I really disagree, to be completely honest. So it got me thinking about it, and I was like, should I be less transparent in my videos, like, for the sake of my audience? Maybe it wouldn't be as, you know, I don't even know what the word is, like, as romantic, as whatever the word is, as mystical, of having just like this guitar player, and it's like, oh, you know, like you're at your favorite concert, your favorite band, seeing them in concert, and they're on this big stage and they seem like gods. I was thinking about it, it actually got me thinking. I was like, should I be maybe less transparent? And I actually had this idea just today as I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, the whole idea of a mystique, of romanticizing rock stars or whatever performer you are, in my opinion, that is dead. The idea of having any mystique is dead in this day and age. Don't try to be mystical. Don't try to be this god or anything like that, because I feel like in this day and age, you know, we have all this technology where we actually expect to see our favorite rock stars or our favorite musicians' personal life because of like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff. And so people just want connection more than ever these days. You know, we can go on Instagram and literally see what our favorite rock star had for breakfast. And like, personally, I don't really care. I really don't care what you had for breakfast, unless it was really good looking. I mean, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, that is available, and people actually expect that now. They expect to see into the lives of their favorite musicians. I think of like bands like Led Zeppelin, if they're still a thing, I'm not sure. Or just like gigantic acts who, back in the day, like, they could get away with having mystique and it was actually cool. It's like, you went and saw them and they're on this big stage, like I was saying, and they look like gods. But nowadays it's like that's not really a thing. Like, you can still go and do that, and you can experience them and see them as these, like, you know, larger than life figures. That's totally fine, and I think that's actually probably a good thing to an extent. But in this day and age, we can't rely on that anymore. I think that we have to start showing people more and more what it's really like into our lives, and just being really transparent. So yeah, unless you're someone like Tool or Meshuggah, and you can actually get away with something like that still, you know, you're probably not going to be able to do that, because they're just from a different era, and so they can afford to do that. Today, this day and age, is the day of transparency, in my opinion. We can't not be transparent. That's just what I've been learning. That's what it seems like to me, just from experimentation and observation. It's like we can't afford not to be honest with our audience and with, like, people in general. We need to be transparent because we need to create that connection with people, because that's what people want. So it's like, if you're not posting on Instagram and stuff like that, and just like showing people little snippets of your life, in my opinion, it seems like you're probably doing something wrong. Like, we need to be posting stuff to let people into our life. For me personally, I actually was one of those people who thought that was kind of weird at first. I was like, you know, why would I want to show people what I had for breakfast? And I still don't do that. But you can show people other things about your life. If you're not interested in showing them what you had for breakfast, I just don't care about showing people I have for breakfast at all. I actually think that if you are also someone who is a little uncomfortable with that, it can actually be like really good practice of just having the courage to start saying things that are more personal. I mean, you don't want to give like your whole, you know, your deepest, darkest secrets necessarily. It took me a long time to actually start getting more comfortable with showing people, you know, what happens in my daily life. Sometimes I still don't totally feel like 100% excited about that. It's like, I just think to myself, like, why would someone want to know like this stupid little thing that happened to me today? But actually, what I realize is sometimes those stupid little things are the things that get the most attention from people. Like, sometimes the little mundane things, the things that we think are mundane, are actually really excited for the average person, because they get to see into like the daily life of a musician, which goes beyond just the actual music itself. Today, it's like the music itself is almost secondary to some degree. In a lot of ways, people actually value the content like surrounding the music even more sometimes. I think that can actually be the thing that draws people in a lot of the time and get people invested in the musician. I think that if you're performing on stage, then in my opinion it's okay to have like this larger than life kind of thing, because a lot of people actually like that. You know, it can create like a fun atmosphere or ambiance for people who are, you know, attending your show. But I think that when you're just talking to someone, just be you, be real. Definitely let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. Like, do you think that it's better to be, you know, 100% real all the time as a musician, 100% transparent, or do you think it's good to wear a persona or to have a larger than life mentality? You know, never give away any personal details or anything like that. You know, try to kind of, you know, be like Tool or Meshuggah, because, you know, maybe it seemed to work in the past, maybe it can still work today. I personally think that that's not true. I personally think that it's probably a combination of both. Yeah, so I guess I happen to think that by being real and transparent with you, really authentic, and showing you who I am as opposed to just being this, you know, figure on stage or in a video, for me, that actually helps to build your audience. That's what it seems like, because when someone feels connected to someone, they tend to want to support them more. I post new stuff every Monday and Thursday, and I also have a Patreon, so if you want to help me fund my videos, definitely go there. The link's in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, see ya.